fall. Say you stand by your man, you tell me something I don't understand. You said you love me, and that's a fact, and then you left me.
Good morning, Tony Meadley once again, and a nice warm welcome back to my workshop. A little bit on the cold side, I don't know whether you can see the steam coming out my breath this morning, but what today's project's going to be, hopefully, I've got this crotch. I got it as a piece of walnut. I'm not sure whether it is or it isn't, but what my intentions of doing is to glue a chucking point to there, which I've marked out. I've measured it, and then get it into the lathe and get another chucking point on this side as the base. Hopefully keep the natural edge, but it's got this nasty piece out here, so I might have to take a little bit from that, but that's my intention, and making a nice bowl if it's not too heavy. But I think the grain on it is absolutely wonderful, so hopefully that's what we'll try and do. Right, I'm going to put the chucking point on now, but because it's so cold this morning, what you've got to do is heat the wood up. It's just so that the glue doesn't go off prematurely, and obviously we get a failure. So all I'm going to do is pump it up, get the heat on. Well, I've got it into the chuck, and it's not very well balanced because, as you can see, you've got a big bulk of the wood, which is a lot of the weight, which is obviously going to the bottom there. So what we're going to have to do, I've just put a little mark, and all we're going to do is just go very, very lightly and just take it off till we get down to an inch or two off there. And then obviously it'll get more balanced as it goes on. So I put the tail sock up for added security as normal, and then obviously just nibble away, because all you're going to do, teaching my granny how to suck eggs, but you're going to go take a little bit of the turning, then you're going to go air, cut a little wood, then air. So just nice and gently. Once we get that down and get it a bit more balanced, we'll be able to get the speed up a little bit. Well, it's going quite well. We need to take, I would have thought, about another inch, because what we need to do is to try and get a chucking point here. Now I can see that that's the only part that's starting, you know, I'm trying to keep this live edge on, but my concern is that that little bit there is starting to come off. I know that we have to go to about there, but I'd rather glue it on now and just save it later on. So another tip is to keep your tools as sharp as possible. Right, now that I've glued that together, it seems to be a lot better now. What I intend to do is just take another 1/4 of an inch off it, and then I'll put a chucking point on here and then get it turned round. But I'll finish the bottom off first, and then obviously we'll get it turned round and see what we can do on the other part. But it's looking quite promising, this the natural edge on it. It should turn out nice. The only thing I'm concerned about, I don't know whether you can see it, it's got that little bit missing on the top there, but other than that it's absolutely superb. So can you see that where the two branches have started to grow there? So it's going to end up with quite a nice grain. Right, you can see that it's rocking, so that would rock if I have that as the base. So what I'm going to do is just take another coat, another very slight shaving off it, then use the scraper and get it very probably just a millimetre so that it's concave, so it'll sit nice on the table or wherever. I don't want to take any more off here, so it's just from there in over, and like I say, no more than say a millimetre or two, so just a slight concave to it, and then it'll sit on any table that you want it to. Still looking good with the grain, and apart from that little bit there, but what I intend to do is just sand it all up, leave that, and then what we'll do, we'll sand these edges here. And then what I'm going to do is use a clear lacquer, because I've tried all ways of just doing that little bit with wax, and it just doesn't turn out right. So if I do the full lot in lacquer, then it should come up quite nice. Well, I've got it reasonably level. You see the grain in that, it's absolutely wonderful. The good thing is the majority of the live edge, or natural edge should I say, is staying on. So all I'm going to do now is sand this all down. I've put the chucking point on there, put a little part for my logo, and I think this is going to come up quite well when I put the sanding sealer on, and then give it a coat of the natural clear lacquer. It should come up rather well. So this will all have to be hand sanded, the two ends there, but that's my plan now. Sand this down, turn it round, then hollow it out for the bowl. I had a little bit of a delve in here. That's where the wood had rotten inside, and all I've done, I've filled it with sawdust, and it needs to be filled up again. I'm sorry, I must apologise, I forgot to turn the camera on when I filled it up. So all I've done, I've just put a little bit of super glue in and filled it with sawdust. So all I'm going to do is do the second coat now, and then obviously we'll just sand it down. It was really deep, it was about an inch deep, so all I'm going to do is just put a bit of super glue on, stabilise the hole that was there, and then sprinkle some sawdust on. Luckily I have a little bit of sawdust which is the same colour, so put that on and then pack it in nice and tight. And what that should do is fill it all up, and then we can just sand it down, and hopefully that should be okay. Let it go off for about 20-30 seconds, and then it's all ready to sand down. Well, I've managed to get it turned down. I've got that filled in and scraped down. I'm going to just do it all by hand now, just give it the old once over, because I find it easier to do it like that than physically turning it round. Well, finally got it done, and it hasn't turned out too bad. I'm not a big fan of live edge things, but it's turned out quite nice. As you can see, the bottom's all finished off. All I've done, I've covered it in, as you've seen, a clear lacquer coat. I put about 4 coats on, and the grain in it is absolutely wonderful. So all in all, I've thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a bit bulky, but I'm sure it'll go down with a little bit of fruit in, so Anyway, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, please hit the bell icon, and every time I release a video you will be notified. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you on the next video. Thanks now, bye.